Another day, another dollar, another episode of Kings This Week. It's Kings This Week. My name is Jordan Kiss, and the Kings another interesting weekend here at home as they took on the Chilliwack Chiefs for 2 games. We'll dive right into that very shortly as we usually do, plus some other news and tidbits to share as we hit the All-Star break here in the BCHL. So as always, let's just get right to it with our weekend recap. So we'll start our weekend recap off on Saturday as it was a rare Saturday-Sunday doubleheader at the Hap for the Kings as they took on the Chilliwack Chiefs. And Saturday it was Talama Nation night here at the Hap with 1,000 people in the stands that witnessed a wonderful pregame ceremony and also got to see the Kings debut the brand new Talama Nation orange third jerseys, which looked pretty sharp out there on the ice as the Kings look to give the fans of the stands lots to cheer for in this one. We'll kick things off, though, in the second period after a scoreless first, 47 seconds in. Mateo Mercic going backdoor to Tim DeLay, puts it in for his 6-1-0 Chilliwack. Then just moments later, Chiefs came knocking at the back door again. Mason Kessling to Ben Feenan, puts in for his first as the Chiefs took a 2-0 lead a minute and 9 seconds into the period. Now we'll jump ahead to the end of the second frame. 2 minutes to go. Kings turn it over in their own zone. It would come to Mason Kessling all alone in front. Puts it in on the second opportunity, his 14th, 3-0 Chilliwack. Then at 19-16, Chiefs would add one more. Brady Milburn on the one-timer for his 9th as the Chiefs held a 4-0 lead going into the third period. Now in the third, the Kings would finally wake up, but it would be too little too late. They would get one, though, 90 seconds to go on a power play. Anthony Yu, a great pass here to Cam Simons at the top of the crease, taps it in for his 8th as it was 4-1 Chilliwack, as then the Chiefs would add one more shorthanded on an empty netter, AJ Lacroix, his 11th, as the Chiefs come away spoiling the party Saturday night with a 5-1 victory. So after a not-so-ideal result on Saturday, the Kings would have to quickly bounce back for a Sunday afternoon matinee against the Chiefs here at the Hap in front of a bigger crowd here with over 1,200 people filling the stands for the free admission game as the Kings look to send the fans home happy in this one. Now the Kings off to a great start on this one. Tremendous first period, outshooting the Chiefs 14-5 with one of those shots going in the back of the net, and that coming with just over a minute to go in the period. Casey Yaman, the birthday boy, celebrating his 20th, walks in the offensive zone, shoots and scores, going top corner over Lucas Ziska for his 5th as the Kings took a 1-0 lead going into the second. Now, about 9 minutes into the second period, 4-on-4 scenario here. Carter McNarland all alone, 2 chances at it, can't put it in. Now, quickly, right after the Chiefs go the other way, Michael Estarza on a breakaway using his speed, shoots and scores his first of the season as the Chiefs tie it 1-1. Now the Kings would answer 16-25 in Noah Air with the offensive zone face-off win. Goes right to Casey Yaman at the point, shoots it, goes over the net, off the glass to the side of the goal for Adam Mendelson, who puts it in for his first as a Kings, 2nd of the season, as the Kings again with another third period lead, leading 2-1 going into the final frame. Now in the third, the Chiefs would manage to tie it, 9:34 and off another offensive zone face-off. Mason Kessling winning the draw to Brady Milburn. Quick shot off the draw. It hits the leg of Noah Air, goes into the back of the net as it was a 2-2 tie as this game needed overtime. Now in OT, the Kings would find themselves on the penalty kill. They would be able to clear the zone here, but quickly the Chiefs moving up ice as it would come to Mason Kessling, who shoots and scores from the slot, his 15th, as the Chiefs come into the Hap, winning both games, finishing off with a 3-2 overtime victory. So the Kings finish off their 4-game homestand to kick off the new year with a record of 1-1-2 points in 3 of 4 games. That is not that bad at all, as they currently sit 7th in the Coastal Conference with a record of 11-18-3-2 heading into the All-Star weekend. They currently have a 4-point cushion on Langley, who currently sit in 8th, and a 10 points up on the Cowichan Valley Capitals, who are in 9th. But on the flip side of that, the Kings just 10 points behind 3rd place in the Coastal Conference. There's a big group there, a three-way tie right now for third with 37 points between Coquitlam, Victoria, and Chilliwack, with the Bulldogs just right behind them at 35 points. So the Kings could still shoot up in the standings very easily. It's just going to take a really hot stretch here after the All-Star break, and the Kings could easily find themselves in the middle, even at the top half of the Coastal Conference before you know it. Now, this weekend, no official games on the BCHL schedule, but of course it is All-Star weekend from Penticton. Carter McNarland will be going to represent the Kings in the Top Prospects game and the All-Star game on Saturday. You can watch all the All-Star festivities on BCHL TV starting on Friday with the Top Prospects game. That will be at 6 o'clock. Then all day on Saturday, there will be a Alumni and Friends game, a skills competition, then of course the 3-on-3 All-Star game. So watch it on BCHL TV. Cheer on Carter McNarland as he reps the Kings at the BCHL All-Star weekend in Penticton. Now, when the Kings return to action, it will be January 27th and 28th when they head over to the island for 2 games against the Coastal Conference leading Nanaimo Clippers. The Clippers 7-2-1 over their last 10 games, currently top of the Coastal Conference with a record of 27-6-1 on the season. They have met 4 times so far this year, with the road team taking each meeting. The Kings 1-2-1 against the Clippers, including winning their lone game inside the Freight Crane Arena back in the Game 3 of the regular season with a 6-4 victory. So the Kings will look ahead to kick off the post-All-Star break on a high note with a tough opponent with a doubleheader against Nanaimo. Both of those games will be at 7 o'clock. So on Saturday, the Kings did unveil their brand new Tla'amin Nation third jerseys. It's not a one-and-done jersey, as the Kings will be wearing them a few more times this season, and including going into next year. And also, a lot of people are saying, hey, I love that jersey. How do I get one myself? Well, let me tell you how you can get one. We do have order forms available, as we will be making a mass order on these custom Tla'amin jerseys. You can pick up a order form at our office at the upper level of the rec complex, or you can download it online on our website, palriverkings.com. It is under the Fan Zone tab, Tla'amin Nation jersey order form. You can fill it out, bring it in person to the office, or you can email it to Charlie Black. You have until January 28th to get your orders in to get your very own custom Tla'amin Nation third jersey. And there we go, a nice simple episode of Kings This Week. As always, thank you very much for joining me. I will tell you this, that there will be no new episode of Kings This Week next week. Of course, not a lot going on with the All-Star game this weekend, so we'll be back with a new episode in 2 weeks' time after the Kings take on the Nanaimo Clippers. So this weekend, be sure to cheer on Carter McNarland as he heads to Penticton for the All-Star weekend here in the BCHL. You can watch him take part in the Top Prospects game on Friday at 6 o'clock on BCHL TV, and then watch him in the skills competition and the 3-on-3 All-Star game from the outdoor rink in Penticton on Saturday. The Kings will be back in action January 27th and 28th in Nanaimo against the Clippers. Both games are at 7 o'clock, and also stay tuned to the Kings social media for any news or announcements. We are planning on releasing some details on a couple upcoming spring camps over the next week or so. The Kings of the Castle podcast will be making a long-awaited return over the next little bit as well. Been slacking on that one. That'll be making a comeback very shortly. So lots to come here on the Kings social media as the Kings get ready for a big playoff push post All-Star break. So until next time, my name is Jordan Kiss. Go Kings, go.